She messaged me. Don't worry. It's just a girls' night. Her tone was light, almost playful, yet something in those words made my chest tighten. I typed a reply. Then why is he waiting in room 331? I hesitated, thumb hovering over the send button. I didn't want to seem controlling, but a knot of unease had settled deep in my stomach. I've known Sarah for 4 years. She's magnetic, radiant, the kind of person whose presence is impossible to ignore. Over time, we'd weathered our ups and downs, but trust had always been the foundation, or so I believed. Lately, though, things had shifted. She spent late nights with friends, received calls she didn't answer in my presence, and there was a subtle change in the way she looked at me, as though I were an outsider in my own life. I tried to dismiss it. Busy schedules, stress, surely that was all it was. But that night, as she left for the girls' night, I watched from the doorway. Suitcase in hand, eyes sparkling, she laughed with Lauren, Chloe, and Becca as they waved from the car. I forced myself to believe it was innocent fun, yet my mind clung to one phrase, room 331. I distracted myself, pouring a drink, scrolling through emails, anything to quiet the anxiety crawling up my spine. But each notification on my phone felt like a drumbeat counting down to a truth I wasn't ready to face. I envisioned countless scenarios, Sarah laughing in a hotel lobby, her hand brushing his, but I forced my breath to steady. Surely it was paranoia, but my instincts, honed over years of observation, screamed otherwise. That night, a subtle fracture ran through our world, barely visible, yet undeniable. I resolved not to confront her immediately. Patience, I reminded myself, was my strongest weapon. Truth rarely emerges through anger. It whispers through small gestures, overlooked details, patterns you only notice when you watch quietly. I tried to focus on work, but my thoughts kept drifting back to her text. I remembered her slight hesitations, the forced laughter, the inconsistencies in her stories. Everything pointed to one uncomfortable conclusion. Something was wrong, and I needed clarity. I grabbed my coat and drove to the hotel, convincing myself it was about her safety, though I knew the truth. I needed answers. I parked across the street, neon lights reflecting off wet pavement, and scanned the entrance. Guests moved past, oblivious to the tension I carried. I sent a casual message. Hope you're having fun. Don't stay out too late. The read receipt came instantly, and for a brief moment, I allowed myself to believe her. Then I saw him, a man in a dark suit, leaning against the wall, scanning the lobby until his gaze settled on her. The recognition, or rather, the familiarity in their interaction, hit me like ice. Room 331. That was no innocent detail. I stayed in my car, weighing my next move. Confront her now? Wait, observe, gather more evidence? My mind was a storm of disbelief and betrayal, yet my exterior remained calm. When the elevator pinged and the man departed, she emerged moments later, brushing her hair back, laughing as if nothing had happened. My hands tightened around the steering wheel. I followed her quietly. At the car, I made my choice. Confrontation with facts, not anger. When she slid into the passenger seat, her smile faltered. "Everything okay?" she asked, sensing something was off. I met her gaze, steady and unwavering. "You mentioned room 331. Who is he?" Her eyes widened, then darted away. "It's nothing, just someone from work," she murmured. But I didn't let her finish. "I saw him in the lobby." "Don't lie to me, Sarah." The truth came spilling out, guilt and fear mingled in her voice. I listened, detached but firm, absorbing every word. Painful, yes, but clear. I didn't shout or plead. I simply said, "I trusted you. That trust is gone. I need to step away." I opened the door, stepped into the cool night air, and walked away. Liberation washed over me, sharp and raw but honest. Life sometimes forces moments like these, not to punish, but to reveal who we are and what we will tolerate. That night, I discovered my own strength. Trust is fragile. Once broken, it cannot be patched with empty promises. You either stay and risk further deceit or walk away. I chose to walk.